Hi there, Loy Machedo speaking to you from loymachedo.com. And who's loymachedo.com? Today, the date is March 28th, 2015. The time right now is 8:27 in the morning. Today, I want to address the question people have been asking me: who is this new secret coach? Who's this guy that every Thursdays and every Saturdays that you are going for training? Because I have around 200,000 people who connect with me on social media. So everyone has been asking me this question: who is this guy? And then on Mondays also you're not available, because these are the 3 days I go for training. And mind you, the reason why people are asking me this question is because after bodybuilding, for so many years on powerlifting, I damaged both my knees. I damaged my lower back. I was in a very bad state. I couldn't do any exercise properly without having nagging pain of the knees and the lower back and my elbows, my whole body. I mean, I was a complete wreck. And I tried different exercise. I tried marathon running. I improved. But then I realized I was not losing any weight. There were no results. And, because I'm a research guy online, one fine day while looking at one of the Olympic videos, I found out, which everyone knows, that every successful athlete has a coach. I was watching Usain Bolt's coach push him, and then Rudisha, who's the 800 meters world record holder, his coach was pushing. I was like, okay, if all these successful guys have a coach, maybe I need to find myself a coach. Now I started shopping around and asking people around, okay, where can I get a coach? Where can I get someone good? And I couldn't find anybody. I mean, it was so incredibly hard. Either these coaches were super expensive, very expensive, that you couldn't afford. Means I mean, you had to earn millions to afford these coaches, or you had to be a professional athlete. So I was like, where can I get one? And that is where one day a Filipino friend of mine, who is a professional triathlete, who was a amateur triathlete, but a really good one, was talking about this particular coach. And what he said was, there is this coach in this club that we came to know. There was this Filipino triathlete club, but he is very strict and he's very hard. I mean, he pushes us to the point where we cry, and people hate him, but they still love him. I was like, the minute I heard that, the bells in, there was a bell in my ting. It went, wow, wait a minute. Did you say there is a coach? I said, yeah. So he said, yeah, there is this coach. So I asked him, you need to introduce me to this coach. You need to, get me in touch with this coach. So finally, I got this coach's number. And believe me, that was the hardest thing in the world, to get this guy. This guy is forever busy. He's forever having clients. And, it was like meeting this film star. When you want to meet someone who's a VIP or someone, how hard it is to meet that guy. So finally, I managed to get this guy on the phone. I said, I want to meet you and everything. And so fine, we agreed to meet up. Now, when you think of a coach, you obviously have expectations. Now, being a bodybuilder, bodybuilding coaches are big, massive, they're huge. And, you can make out a bodybuilding coach because they're massive, they're huge. And so he's a bodybuilding coach. So I was expecting to see someone larger than life. Finally, the coach arrived. This guy, his name is Jacques Sophie Gilbert. And his name is also really big. So I was expecting a really big guy. Finally, this guy comes. And then I see this small little guy, small, tiny. I'm like, huh? Who's this? So he said, this is Jacques Sophie Gilbert. I was like, this guy is like a skinny, thin, simple guy. There was nothing sophisticated about him. And, he was slightly dark, and he reminded me of, you meet these skinny guys in India. So I was like, so this is a professional coach? Okay, let's see. So he was very polite. He was very nice. He was very courteous. He took us to this 5-star hotel. He managed to get this gym. And he said, fine, okay, guys, first we got introduced to each other and all that. So he said, this is us getting to know each other. I want to know how flexible you are, or what you can do. So I said, okay, fine, all right. He gave me the most simple exercise that I've ever imagined. The stuff that you normally take for granted. For example, he asked me to touch my toes. I was like, what? You want me to touch my toes? So I said, okay, fine. I tried touching my knees because I was not flexible. Then after that, he was studying me. He was observing how I moved my hands and back, and then he asked me to bend backwards, sideways. And then afterwards, he said, okay, do a squat, a sit and stand, do a squat. And I was like, okay, fine. I barely did 15, because you need to understand, I was really heavy. My joints were weak. My lower back was damaged. So I could do only 15, and I was huffing and puffing. Then he asked me to do push-ups. I normally do push-ups very fast. He asked me to do it slowly, and I got tired. He asked me to stretch, lie down on the ground and go like Superman. I couldn't do that. So after he was busy taking down notes, after all this, he told me, listen, your basic problem is not that you're strong. You are a very strong guy. The problem is you have abused your body by not training it properly. And I was like, really? I thought I went to a lot of good coaches who trained me properly. He said, no, you need to have an open mind. And then he started telling me about the importance of being flexible and doing stretching. And mind it, I hate stretching. I've not stretched. And then he dropped the bombshell and told me that you must also train your abdominal region, your core. I was like, what is the core? So he explained to me the core was your abdominals, your obliques, your lower back. That is your core, that the center part of your body, the mid-range that supports your upper body and lower body. And he told me that if you want to be my student, there are two things that we're going to focus on. First is getting you back to resetting your entire body system, so where you have to be flexible. The second thing is where you have to repair your damaged areas, the damaged parts of your body. And next one is you need to start strengthening your core. Now, that was not what I wanted. Really, I didn't want that. But then I said, okay, fine. If you are the professional coach, let's try you out. And let me tell you this. Now, I'm telling you this because it's what I want to say. He didn't ask me to say this. He didn't even ask me to put this video. You would not believe, for a guy like me who could not do even 15 squats, now with him, I'm able to do 150 repetitions of slow squats. I was not able to touch my, up to my toes. I can touch my toes comfortably. I couldn't do anything of abs. I couldn't even lift my leg, and today I'm able to do it properly. The experience with Jacques Sophie, has been phenomenal. For those of you who do not know, Jacques Sophie is an Ironman qualifier, a guy who can swim for like 3 kilometers, who can cycle for 300 kilometers, and who can run for 42 kilometers, all back to back to back to back. He has that kind of capacity. He's a guy who's in his 40s, but he doesn't look like that. He's strong as an ox. He even was able to carry me on his back, and he could go for almost like 1 or 2 kilometers. Incredible. And what I realized is he doesn't have strength or muscles to show off. He has functional strength. That is, strength for what is required. And my experience with him has been so amazing that every Thursday, every Saturday, and every Monday, I am busy focusing on Jacques Sophie's training. Being a personal branding strategist, I'm very careful as to who I recommend, who I talk highly about, and whom I tell people not to go, because people value my suggestions, my ideas, and they know I'll always speak the truth. And I can tell you without a doubt, my life has been changed because of this guy. But mind you, let me give you also a warning. Let me give you a warning about Coach Jacques Sophie. Jacques Sophie is a guy who is not going to sweet talk you. He's not going to kiss your bum and make you feel good. He's going to make you literally cry. He's going to push you to the limits. He's going to break you. He's going to, if you tell him that you can do 10 push-ups and he wants 50, he's going to make you do 50. So if you are seriously planning to change your life, if you are a person who can be humble and take guidance, instructions, and a path from a professional, if you can keep your mind empty, if you can leave your ego outside, then Jacques Sophie is a coach for you, because he's going to kick your ass. He's going to make you cry. He's going to make you regret the day you were born. But at the end of the day, you're going to see amazing results. My life has been changed by this one man. And today I can honestly tell you that my knees are healed. I don't feel that creaky pain, because he was able to recommend supplements. He's very knowledgeable. He knows the food, he knows the supplements, he knows the exercise, he knows what is to be done, unlike most of the coaches that I've met. And Coach Jacques Sophie, he really, I think if there is one trait that stands out about him, he really loves you and he really takes care of you as if you're part of his family. Uh, my experience with Jacques Sophie has been incredible, absolutely amazing. I would say that he's worth every penny that he charges you. For me, whomsoever I've recommended to Jacques Sophie, they've had an amazing time. I mean, they've had life-changing experience, and I cannot recommend any further by telling you anything more other than the fact that if you really want a fitness coach, if you really want a coach that can help you reach your potential, that can change you, who's not there to kiss your ass, who's not going to give you sweet talk, who's not going to give you bullshit, who's going to give you on your face what you need to hear and give you the results, provided you are ready to commit yourself and put 100%, then this guy, whose name is Jacques Sophie Gilbert, he's the man for you. He's the coach. I highly recommend him because I not only believe in him, I'm glad that I trusted him, and he really gives me a tough time. But in the end, I'll tell you, after the session is over, I really look forward for the next day because I know for a fact I'm improving. And today, the improvement that I've showed, I never showed in so many years of my life. My injuries are healed. I'm feeling much better. I'm feeling more confident as to how I'm improving. And I know for a fact that in another few more months, I'm going to achieve my personal goals that are there in terms of physical fitness, because health is not something that you can buy. Health is something that you nurture, maintain, and grow. And if your health is in place, everything else in place. So Loy from loymachedo.com and who's loymachedo.com endorses and recommends Coach Jacques Sophie Gilbert for core training, for professional triathlon training, for marathon running, for athletics, for good health, for body toning, for losing weight, and for changing your life if you're looking at transforming yourself physically. So I highly recommend him. You got any questions, please feel to ask me, and I would love to connect you with one of the best in the Middle East. That is Coach Jacques Sophie Gilbert. Loy from loymachedo.com and who's loymachedo.com. Signing off for now and recommending this one man who can change your life. Thank you for watching. Bye.